Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The shimmering azure skies of Varenthia stretched endlessly above. The air hung heavy with the scent of fragrant blooms and the distant calls of exotic fauna. Beneath the canopy of vibrant green trees, the human envoy made their way to the heart of the alien settlement, a place where human and alien cultures intertwined, but seldom blended. Liam, clad in the formal attire of diplomacy, marveled at the surreal beauty of his surroundings. He adjusted his collar, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. The purpose of his visit was clear: foster relations between Earth and Varenthia. As the first human diplomat to set foot on this alien landscape, he carried the weight of his people's expectations. Yet, as he stepped deeper into the luminescent jungle, a flicker of uncertainty ignited within him. Would he truly represent humanity in the eyes of these beings? As he approached the center of the settlement, vibrant structures reminiscent of coral reefs rose from the ground, pulsating gently with the rhythm of the planet's life force. Among them, he spotted a group of Varenthians, their skins shimmering with iridescent hues, their eyes wide with curiosity and innocence. They were gathered around a smaller figure, the daughter of their leader, Rilara. Curiosity piqued. Liam hesitated, observing the child. She had an ethereal quality, her features a blend of sharp angles and soft curves, her hair a cascade of translucent strands that changed color with her emotions. Despite her alien appearance, there was something hauntingly familiar about her. Perhaps it was the way she radiated joy as she engaged with her peers. Without warning, she turned to him, locking her gaze onto his. Liam felt captivated, as if she were peering deep into his soul, searching for understanding. Her playful smile was contagious, and for a moment, the weight of intergalactic diplomacy slipped away. "Will you join us?" she asked, her voice melodic and gentle. The other children looked eagerly to him, excitement sparkling in their Xenian eyes. Liam hesitated, mind racing with the protocols of diplomacy, but the warmth of her welcome pulled him in. He approached, kneeling to their level. "What are you playing?" he asked, his heart lightening in the presence of their innocence. "Feast of Unity," another child exclaimed, presenting a plate filled with delicately woven fruit, brightly colored and pulsing with life. "You must taste our food to join the game." With a smile, Liam accepted a piece, feeling the weight of their gaze as he took a bite. The sweetness burst across his palate, unlike anything he had ever tasted. A mix of tart and honey, evoking flavors of home, yet distinctly alien. Laughter erupted among the children, and that joyous sound blended seamlessly with the chorus of nature surrounding them. In that moment, an ancient bond anchored itself between Liam and the Varenthians, transcending language and culture. Unbeknownst to him, this simple act of sharing a meal would invoke the Ancestral Rite, entwining their destinies in ways he could not yet comprehend. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an ethereal glow over Varenthia, Liam felt a shift within himself. The connection he forged with the alien daughter and her peers was no longer merely diplomatic. It was evolving into something deeper and more profound. As the evening settled over Varenthia, the vibrant skies slowly transformed into a mosaic of colors, casting a soft glow on the gathering of children around Liam. The atmosphere was filled with laughter and the enchanting chorus of nighttime creatures. However, as the last rays of sunlight faded, Liam began to sense a shift in the air, a stirring presence that hinted at the importance of what had just transpired. After the game of the Feast of Unity concluded, Rilara, the alien daughter, approached him with wide, questioning eyes. "You liked our food?" she asked, genuine curiosity illuminating her features. "It was incredible," Liam replied, touched by her eagerness. "I've never tasted anything like it." Her smile widened, and an electric energy pulsed around her, reminiscent of the colors that danced in her hair. "Then you are part of our family now. You are one of us." Liam's heart fluttered, yet an unease flickered in the recesses of his mind. Was it possible for a human to truly become part of an alien family? Even as the thought crossed his mind, the sincerity in Rilara's voice, along with the radiant joy of her peers, tugged at his soul. "Before you go," Rilara continued, her voice suddenly serious, "my mother wants to speak with you." "Come." A knot of anticipation tangled in Liam's stomach as Relara led him deeper into the settlement. The elaborate structures now appeared more imposing in the twilight, their colors shimmering like 1,000 stars, capturing celestial light. As they approached a grand building adorned with intricate carvings, narrating their history, Liam felt a rush of uncertainty. Inside, Relara's mother, awaited them. Her presence radiated authority, her iridescent skin reflecting wisdom and strength. As she regarded Liam, her deep-set eyes glimmered with cautious curiosity. "You have partaken in our sacred meal," she stated solemnly. "That is significant." Liam nodded, trying to find the right words amid the weight of her gaze. I didn't mean to overstep," he stammered, the gravity of the situation dawning on him. "I simply wanted to connect." "Connection is our lifeblood," Liara replied, her tone softening. "But it also binds us together in ways you do not yet understand. Our ancestors speak of bonds formed through shared sustenance. You have entered into an ancestral rite." "What does that mean?" Liam asked, his heartbeat quickening. "It means you are now part of our family in a profound way. We are tied by the ritual of sharing," Liara explained, her voice even yet laced with urgency. "It is a bond of protection, of obligation. You must understand the weight of it." Before he could process her words, visions of possibilities flashed before his eyes. An alliance stronger than mere diplomacy, one that could change the course of both their worlds. But what responsibilities came with this bond? Would he have to sacrifice his identity as a human to embrace his new role within their family? Liara stepped closer, her gaze piercing and direct. "If you choose to fully embrace this path, it could mean a future for both our peoples. But it also means you must protect my daughter and our kind." Liam swallowed hard, feeling the gravity of her expectation. The air crackled with tension, and he realized he stood at a crossroads. The bond had formed, but what path would he choose to walk? As Relara looked at him, overflowing with hope and innocence, his heart swelled. He couldn't shake the feeling that this was the beginning of something monumental, something that would challenge and change him forever. The weight of Liara's words hung in the air like a heavy mist, cloaking Liam in a veil of uncertainty. He shifted nervously, glancing at Relara, whose bright eyes sparkled with hope, and then back to the imposing figure of her mother. The allure of unraveling the mysteries of Varenthia tugged at him, but the gravity of his new responsibility felt overwhelming. "What does it take to protect your kind?" Liam asked, his voice steadying as he focused on Liara's intent gaze. The flickering lights from the glowing flora outside cast gentle shadows, illuminating the deeper currents of their conversation. Liara's expression softened, reflecting pride and vulnerability. "Understanding our ways is the first step. You must learn the customs that govern our lives. Our survival relies on unity, but also on respect for our traditions. Relara embodies that unity, and now, so do you." Relara's smile was infectious, bringing warmth to the charged atmosphere. "Will you stay, Liam? We can teach you everything." Her eagerness melted any remnants of doubt lingering in his heart. The thought of delving deeper into the Varenthian culture excited him. "I would like that," he replied, a spark of determination igniting within him. "I want to understand your world and my place in it." Liara nodded, satisfied with his response. "Tomorrow, you will accompany us on a journey of reflection, a ritual where we reinforce our connections with each other and our planet. Your participation will show your commitment to our kinship." "Journey of reflection?" Liam inquired, intrigued. "It is a time for introspection and bonding, where we share our stories, our dreams, our tears," Liara explained. "But be prepared. It can also reveal vulnerabilities. You must be open to sharing your heart." As the conversation unfolded, Liam felt the walls of his reservation slowly crumbling. The idea of integrating into their family began to resonate with him, even as doubts lingered. How could he fully embrace a life so vastly different from his own? Later that evening, as he lay on the woven bedding within the alien dwelling, doubts continued to plague him. Would he betray his own humanity in becoming part of their legacy? Would the expectations thrust upon him redefine his very existence? The stars outside twinkled with mischief, almost as if they were urging him onward to face whatever lay ahead. The next morning dawned bright and beautiful, the colors outside vibrant and alive, invigorating the very air. As he prepared for the journey of reflection, an unexpected rush of eagerness flared within him. He donned a garment woven with the same iridescent threads worn by the Varenthians, feeling both outlandish and oddly at home. Relara greeted him exuberantly, bouncing on her toes. "You look like one of us." Her admiration warmed Liam, and for the first time, he felt a flicker of belonging. As they ventured toward a designated sacred grove, the path lined with luminescent flowers and singing streams filled Liam with awe. Other Varenthians joined them, each dressed in ceremonial garb, their faces reflecting both joy and reverence. Arriving at the grove, understated yet breathtaking, Liam felt an energy envelop him, a mingling of the past and present, of dreams and realities. He was amidst a community that viewed him not just as a diplomat, but as family. As Relara took his hand, leading him further into the gathering of their people, Liam suddenly understood something profound. While he would face challenges, the journey before him offered a chance to discover not only another world, but also the depths of his own heart. The ritual was about to begin, and Liam stood at the precipice of a new existence, ready to embrace the connections that called to his soul. As the gathered Varenthians formed a circle in the sacred grove, Liam felt the weight of their collective gaze. It was both intimidating and inspiring. The air was thick with the scent of flowering vines, and soft, harmonious sounds rippled through the air as if nature itself was preparing for the ritual. The shimmering, bioluminescent plants that surrounded them glowed brightly, casting an otherworldly luminance over the participants. Liara stood at the center of the circle, her commanding presence accentuated by the gentle hum of anticipation in the air. She began to speak, her voice melodic, echoing through the grove like a soft breeze. "Today, we gather to reinforce our bonds through our stories. Each tale shared is a thread woven into the tapestry of our existence." Liam felt a stirring in his chest. He took a deep breath, trying to calm the fluttering of his heart. This was it, his moment to reveal a piece of himself, to intertwine his existence with theirs. He shifted slightly, glancing at Relara, who offered him an encouraging smile, her eyes reflecting the growing excitement in the crowd. "Who shall go first?" Liara prompted, her gaze sweeping generously across those present. A tall Varenthian stepped forward, an elder with vibrant blue skin that shimmered like the ocean waves. "I will share," he said, his voice rich with wisdom. He recounted a tale of perseverance, of how their people had survived harsh times by relying on one another. Each word resonated with the themes of community and connection, illustrating a deep-seated respect for their ancestors and the pain they had endured. As he concluded, the elder looked around at the audience, his eyes glistening with emotion. Applause erupted in the grove, and Liam found himself swept up in the admiration for the elder's strength and commitment to family. The Varenthian spirit was alive and thriving. One by one, stories flowed through the circle, each narrative adding layers of understanding about the Varenthian culture, its struggles, and its triumphs. Liam listened intently, enchanted by their histories. The vulnerability displayed among the people was a stark contrast to the often guarded demeanor of humanity. Here, emotions were laid bare, shared without fear or shame. As the stories unfolded, Liam felt the warmth of a shared existence wrap around him, a soft embrace, welcoming him deeper into their world. Concepts of kinship and belonging started to take root in his heart, and his own story began to echo in the corners of his mind, waiting patiently to be shared. Finally, it was his turn. The circle quieted, anticipation morphing into a palpable hum of curiosity. The weight of silent expectation rested on his shoulders. He took a brief moment to collect his thoughts as he caught Relara's encouraging nod. "I come from Earth," he began, his voice steady despite the storm of emotions churning inside him. "A place very different from Varenthia, where connections are often overshadowed by duty and ambition." He felt exposed, but he knew he had to honor this moment. "I've always believed that my path was laid out for me, a diplomat going to distant worlds, tasked with fostering peace. But standing here, with all of you, I am starting to grasp the true essence of unity. My life has revolved around titles and expectations, Yet I feel more alive, more myself, in this moment. He shared stories of his own upbringing, the challenges he faced adapting to expectations, and the innate desire for connection he longed for throughout his life. My world may be different, but the desire to belong, the yearning for family and understanding, is universal, he concluded, looking earnestly at the faces surrounding him. Silence enveloped the grove as his words settled like seeds in fertile soil. The Varenthians appeared to process the essence of his story, their expressions shifting from curiosity to understanding. Liam felt a connection forming among them, a bridge built through shared truths and gentle grace. Relara's hand squeezed his, the warmth igniting a sense of communion, the bond sealed even tighter around them. As applause erupted once more, it felt less like an acknowledgement of a story told and more like an affirmation of unity. The ethereal atmosphere shimmered with an overwhelming sense of solidarity, a promise that transcended the mere act of sharing food or stories. With the journey of reflection drawing toward its close, Liara stepped forward once again, her presence wise and commanding. Today, we have woven threads of our lives into a singular fabric, but remember, the journey does not end here. Her gaze steadied on Liam. Your part in our bond is just beginning. Protect Relara and our people, as we will protect you. In that moment, a profound understanding settled around them. Liam was not merely a visitor or diplomat, but a vital thread in the very fabric of their existence. With the sun edging toward the horizon, casting a soft golden hue throughout the grove, he felt that inevitable shift within himself. Destiny was beginning to unfold, ready to entwine him alongside the Varenthians. As darkness approached and the celestial lights of Varenthia twinkled into view, Liam knew he was no longer just an ambassador from Earth. He was part of a family that spanned stars, cultures, and beyond. As the journey of reflection concluded and the luminescent glow of Varenthia enveloped them in its embrace, Liam found himself contemplating the depth of the bond that had begun to form. The stories shared, the emotions exchanged. Each moment acted as a thread, sewing them into a family. But beneath the surface, he sensed currents of intimacy and connection evolving further, especially with Relara. The days that followed were filled with teaching and learning. Relara and her mother guided him through the traditions of Varenthia, expanding his understanding of their customs and beliefs. Each lesson they shared nurtured his growing affection for them, particularly for Relara. Her open heart and infectious laughter made it impossible not to fall for her unique charm. One evening, after a long day of cultural immersion, they found themselves sitting by a serene stream, surrounded by the glowing flora, their reflections shimmering on the water surface. Relara was picking delicate flowers, weaving them into a crown, her fingers dancing gracefully amidst the blooms. The sight was enchanting, almost magical, and it stirred something deep within him. Do you know what our people do during the time of blossoms? Relara asked, glancing up at him with curiosity sparkling in her eyes. No, I don't, Liam replied, his heart racing, drawn in by her closeness. It is when we honor the cycles of life, love, and unity, she explained, her voice dreamy, almost ethereal. During this time, we celebrate the joining of souls. It is believed that through connection and the act of sharing our essence, both physical and emotional, we strengthen our bonds. Liam's breath caught in his throat as he processed her words. The implications of her statement sent shivers coursing through him. Are you saying mating? He asked tentatively, his heart pounding. Yes, Relara blushed, her skin glowing like the twilight sky. It's cherished, a sacred act. It goes beyond mere physical connection. It represents the joining of our spirits, binding families and communities together. The intimate allure of her words ignited a longing within him. Despite his initial reservations, he felt increasingly drawn to the idea. And it's important, he asked, searching her face for understanding. Very important, she replied with conviction. To mate is to solidify a union, to protect one another. When we join, we create not just a bond between two souls, but also a commitment to support and care for each other, and to uphold our family's legacies. As the moon shone brightly above them, illuminating the grove in silvery light, Liam realized how deeply rooted this understanding of connection was to the Varenthians. They expressed love and unity in ways he had never fully considered on Earth. The desire to belong, to weave himself into their family, overwhelmed him, and the thought of experiencing that bond with Relara seemed more like destiny than mere attraction. "Is that what you want?" he found himself asking, feeling vulnerable. "To mate? To be bound with your human family?" Relara's response was immediate, yet her expression revealed both anticipation and hesitation. "I do want that. With you. But it wouldn't be just a physical bond. It requires emotional honesty and commitment. It's a promise to protect and embrace each other, one that leads us to a deeper understanding of what it means to belong." His heart swelled at her earnestness. "I feel it too. Each day spent here, I'm discovering a part of myself that was hidden," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. "You've opened my eyes to the beauty of connection, and I find myself wanting more." As they sat together, the energy between them crackled like the stars overhead. Relara leaned closer, their breaths mingling as he gazed into her sparkling eyes, overwhelmed by the pull between them, a bond that was beginning to form, rich with promise and potential. The tension mounted, and without thinking, he reached out, carefully tucking a stray strand of hair behind her ear. The simple act ignited an undeniable spark, and before he knew it, he found himself leaning closer, their lips mere inches apart. The world around them faded, and in this moment, nothing else mattered but them. Just as their lips brushed together, a flurry of movement rustled through the foliage nearby, interrupting their moment. Startled, they pulled away to see a group of young Varenthians scampering through the trees, playful laughter ringing in the air. The moment was broken, but the connection they forged lingered in the space between them. Relara's expression shifted from surprise to a soft smile. "Tonight can wait. The time of blossoms is approaching, and our journey toward connection will unfold in its own time." Liam nodded, a mixture of anticipation and contentment swelling within him. He longed for that day, for the chance to take their bond to the next level, to dive into the depths of their worlds entwining. As they made their way back to the settlement, Liam realized that this was more than a diplomatic mission. He was on the precipice of love with Relara and integration into the vibrant heart of Varenthia. Together, they would navigate the complexities of their worlds, melding human and alien, a fusion of two lives destined to blossom. The days leading up to the time of blossoms were filled with an electric energy, anticipation crackling in the air like the charge before a thunderstorm. Liam found himself settling into the fabric of Varenthian life, learning their customs, participating in their gatherings, and forging deeper connections with the family he had unexpectedly come to cherish. Each shared meal, anecdote, and conversation tightened the bond, not only with Relara, but with her community as a whole. As the festival approached, the settlement transformed into a tapestry of colors, adorned with vibrant flowers and luminescent decorations. The villagers bustled about, eager to prepare for a celebration that honored unity, love, and the ties that bound them together. Liam seized every moment, feeling a sense of belonging that he had longed for. On the eve of the festival, he and Relara wandered through the glowing groves, under the blanket of stars. The air was thick with the scent of blossoms and sweetness, creating a euphoric atmosphere. Relara's laughter blended with the gentle rustle of leaves, making music that danced in the air. "Tomorrow is a pivotal night," she said, her voice brimming with excitement. "It is when all who have formed bonds come together in shared commitment." "I'm grateful to be part of it," Liam replied, smiling at her enthusiasm. "I have a gift for you," Relara said, rummaging through her woven bag. She pulled out a delicate crown made of shimmering flowers and pinched leaves. "This symbolizes our bond, our commitment to one another. It is worn during the time of blossoms to signify connection." A sense of honor washed over him, and Liam accepted the crown, feeling the weight of its meaning. "It's beautiful, Relara. Thank you." With a gentle touch, she placed the crown on his head, her fingers brushing against his hair. The moment felt charged, as though the universe around them acknowledged the sacred connection they were forging. The crown glowed subtly, reflecting the unique bond forming between them. "Now you belong to me, and I to you," Relara said softly, her eyes glimmering with sincerity. "No matter what happens, We will be woven together. A wave of warmth coursed through him, and he reached for her hand, intertwining their fingers. This gesture of physical connection felt as significant as the bond they were developing. I want to embrace our path, Relara. I want to protect you and stand by your side. As twilight deepened, they made their way back to the settlement. The air was filled with harmonizing chants, echoing through the trees. Villagers gathered, readying themselves for the night ahead. Lights flickered into life, casting soft glows across the faces of those present, each one filled with anticipation and joy. The ceremony began in the central clearing, where a massive tree stood, its trunk thick and ancient, a testament to the enduring nature of their kin. The villagers encircled it, forming a sea of vibrant colors. Liam and Relara joined them, their hands still clasped tightly. Liara stood at the center, her voice rising above the gathering. Tonight, we honor our bonds, our families, our souls, and our connections to one another and to our world. Each story shared will resonate through the fabric of our existence. One by one, friends and family began sharing tales of love and unity, often recounting moments of vulnerability and commitment. These stories, filled with laughter and tears, echoed Liam's own experience, reflecting the beauty of connection he had come to embrace. As the time to share approached, Liam felt a wave of nervousness wash over him. He was unsure how to articulate the passion he felt for the Varenthians and the love blooming between him and Relara. The festival was deeply rooted in their traditions, an immersion honoring life cycles, and he wanted to do it justice. Finally, after several meaningful narratives, Liam stepped forward, sensing Relara's encouraging presence behind him. "I am grateful for your warmth and acceptance," he spoke, his voice steadying as he met the curious gazes of the crowd. "Coming to Varenthia has changed my life in ways I never anticipated. I've learned the invaluable essence of unity, not through mere diplomacy, but through shared humanity and connection." He took a breath, collecting his thoughts as the energy of the gathering enveloped him. "Relara has shown me the beauty in ties that go beyond words. Our bond has not simply combined two lives, it has woven two worlds. Through her, I've been reminded that love and belonging transcend cultures." Applause erupted, and he felt their support ripple through him. Relara smiled widely. The warmth of her pride washed over him. "Tonight, I stand before you not just as a human from Earth, but as a member of your family," he continued, glancing down at the crown resting on his head. "And I vow to protect the ties binding us together. Together, Relara and I will explore the paths ahead, hand in hand, united in our quest for understanding and love." As he finished, a powerful energy reverberated through the gathering. The night sky seemed to acknowledge his words, stars twinkling in acknowledgement of the promise made beneath their watchful gaze. Relara stepped forward, tears glistening in her eyes. "In honoring our connection, we invite all those who wish to step forward and become a part of this world we are creating together," she declared, turning to the audience, "to celebrate not just love, but the bonds of family that can conquer the universe." The villagers erupted into cheers, and Liam felt exhilaration wash over him as he saw Relara glance back at him, her eyes radiant with hope. Under the colossal tree, surrounded by the shimmering glow of their lives, Liam felt the moment solidify into his very being. He realized that this was more than a ceremony. It was the beginning of a mutual journey of love, sacrifice, and unity, a tapestry formed between two hearts, two worlds, destined to flourish. The echoes of the celebration still reverberated in Liam's heart long after the time of blossoms had concluded. Days turned into weeks, filled with laughter, warmth, and a deepening bond between him and Relara, as well as the Varenthian community. The festival had marked a pivotal moment, not just a celebration of love, but an affirmation of the intertwined destinies of two vastly different worlds. In the weeks that followed the festival, Liam's role as both a diplomat and family member flourished. He continued to learn the intricacies of Varenthian culture alongside Relara, imbuing both their lives with an understanding that transcended differences. Together, they explored the breathtaking landscapes of Varenthia, each adventure weaving them closer together. One day, as they walked hand in hand along a sparkling river, Relara paused, taking his hand and turning to face him. Have you ever thought about what the future holds for us? She asked, her voice soft yet filled with determination. Liam considered her question. Every day, he confessed. I've realized what was once theoretical for me now feels tangible. I want to build a bridge, not just between our worlds, but within our families. Her eyes sparkled with hope, a flicker of excitement illuminating her features. Our bond has the potential to foster peace, she affirmed. If we combine our strengths, we can guide our people toward unity. However, a shadow crossed her face, and she continued, but there may be challenges ahead. Not all our kin may accept this union. A swell of admiration flooded through Liam as he cupped her face gently. We will prove to them that love knows no bounds. Together, we can navigate any storm. With determination ignited between them, they began to discuss plans for a cultural exchange, a gathering designed to promote understanding between humans and Varenthians. Drawing from their respective cultures, Liam and Relara envisioned an event where both families could meet, share traditions, foods, and establish common ground. Over the next few months, they worked tirelessly to prepare for this monumental occasion. The energy within the settlement buzzed with anticipation as villagers contributed their ideas, sharing stories about their experiences with humans and how they perceived relationships between species. When the day of the cultural exchange finally arrived, the grove transformed into a breathtaking convergence of colors and sounds. Liam stood beside Relara, scanning the faces of their people, heart pounding in anticipation. Among the crowd were familiar faces and strangers alike, some curious, others skeptical. The air was charged with uncertainty, but the aroma of carefully prepared dishes mingled with the sound of laughter, bridging the divide. Liara officiated the gathering, expressing the importance of unity in her powerful speech. She emphasized that understanding and connection could lead to a better future for all beings. Liam's heart swelled with pride as he watched Relara speak to their gathered kin, her poise radiating strength. As the exchange unfolded, a tapestry of experiences emerged from the shared meal, music, and stories. Humans attempted to participate in Varenthian dances, and the Varenthians found joy in the rhythms of earth music. By nightfall, laughter had filled the air, and the awe of unity began to dissolve tensions. Liam felt an exhilarating sense of belonging. He took Relara's hand, and they moved to the center, ready to speak. Remember this evening, what we've created together, he began, calling for attention. For too long, our worlds were separated by uncertainty and misunderstanding. Relara stepped forward, glancing around at their gathering, her voice strong. But tonight, we have celebrated not just our differences, but our shared humanity. This bond between us signifies hope, a promise to protect and cherish one another. As their words flowed through the crowd, doubt began to dissipate, replaced by warmth and connection. Conversation sparked, and hands reached out, humans embracing Varenthians, fostering genuine curiosity. It was a moment of breathtaking transformation, where barriers began to crumble. By the end of the night, Liam and Relara found themselves standing beneath the stars, both emotionally and physically exhausted, yet utterly fulfilled. We did it, Liam breathed, joy swelling in his heart as he gazed at Relara. This is just the beginning, she replied, her eyes reflecting the starlit sky above. The journey toward unity requires dedication, but I believe we can accomplish it together. As they embraced, the world around them faded, and a sense of serenity washed over him. In Relara's embrace, he felt his fears and uncertainties melt away, replaced by hope and love. They had embarked on a path fraught with challenges, but they stood together, resolute in fostering a future where belonging transcended the boundaries of culture, species, and tradition. With their hearts intertwined, Liam and Relara could not help but envision the future that lay ahead. They would create a legacy of love that merged two worlds into one, a testament to the beauty found at the intersection of differences. As dawn broke over Varenthia, casting gentle light over the settlement, Liam knew that their story was only beginning. Together, they would navigate the vast cosmos of possibilities, forging a new narrative not just for themselves, but for all who dared to dream of unity.